The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Why do you have to talk to me like that all the time, man?
We in the dojo, ain't no days off. The way isn't training, you don't bleed in practice, you die in the field. Look, swinging the wood till my knuckles are bleeding. I don't need rest, it's the combat I'm needing. 10,000 hours, I'm locked in the zone. Carving my spirit right down to the bone. Stepping my radius, watch how I sever. I'm swinging this blade like I do this forever. Practice make lethal, the rest make me cold. I'm gripping the steel till my body gets old. You talking that talk, but you skipping the gym. I look at the weekend, I pity for him. Every single morning, I wake up and strike. You never seen discipline looking like. I empty my lungs and I swing out the chest. I treat every shadow like it is a test. The way is the practice is war. I leave all my enemies down on the floor. Rap at the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the way isn't training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap at the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the way isn't training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. Look at the calluses, cover my hands. I'm executing these tactical plans. You sleeping in late, I was up in the dark. Leaving the den and the wood in the bark. Slow down the tempo, I'm taking my time. Perfect the angle, I perfect the crown. 1,000 more cuts just to build up the muscle. You don't understand the extent of the hustle. Drilling the parry, I'm drilling the block. I'm beating the sun and I'm beating the clock. There ain't no secret, there ain't no hack. You step on the battlefield, you don't come back. Unless you put hours and hours of sweat. I am a consequence, I am a threat. Continual practice, I never retreat. I'm dropping the opposition at my feet. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. No days off, no excuses. You skip a day, you slip away. Strike 1,000 times before the sun is up. My mind is heavy, but my blade is light. Drill it again. Yeah. Aggressive approach when I step in the ring. I swing with the force that a hurricane bring. Master the form till the form is a ghost. I'm doing the most when you're doing the least. I turn myself into tactical beast. The way isn't training, it's etched in my brain. I'm walking through fire, I'm walking through rain. Ain't no arrival, it's only the grind. I'm leaving the rest of the rookies behind. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about luck, but the way isn't training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about luck, but the way isn't training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. Keep swinging, keep drilling. The ways of practice.
Welcome. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you are doing absolutely well. I am Tickle Trough. We are Engineer to Win. Today's show, we're going to be jumping into the speech coaching app. We're going to be fixing the pitch visualizer because I was doing some research the other day and I found a way that we can get it to work because it turns out it was being mocked. It misled me. The AI misled me. Yup. I was a little bit heartbroken. So we're gonna work on fixing that. And I think the input, I'll use the phone so you guys can see, but I think the input it's not capturing the microphone correctly because it sounds like a very, very low. And I don't think it should sound like that because if I record regularly, and I'll show you, if I record regularly, using the voice recorder on my phone, it's gonna be a lot louder than when I use the app. So I think something is off with this. We're gonna investigate that. And then if we have time, we'll look into some more of the paywall stuff that we're doing. But I want to focus on getting those two parts of the app fixed today. And then next week, we can focus more on the paywall. And then we can see, all right, do we go into setting up the Apple paywall or do we continue trying to get do a push with Google? I think I'm going to go into the Apple side of it because I do have one of my tech barbarians working on setting up like the testing and everything like that. So I might pause on pushing, on deploying it to Google. So we're gonna figure all that out. But that is the plan. And then during our breaks today, we're gonna be talking about the DoorDash robot delivery, which had a major accident. We're going to be talking about Flotus, the First Lady of the United States, walking out with an AI-powered humanoid robot at the White House for an event earlier this week. And we're going to finish it off with Alpha Schools, the AI-powered school that is going to be launching their next $55,000 per year tuition in Chicago. And if that is a viable option for the public school system. That is our plan for today. But before we jump into any of that, I just want to, let's take care of a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you so much to every last one of you who subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Junior. Welcome back, Junior, from your fast from social media for the past week.
Are you ready?
And it didn't even take you suing Meta or YouTube or anybody else. You just said, you know what? I'm just going to put the devices down, the social media down, and I'm going to go and do my own thing. So shout out to my guy, Junior. Welcome back. But to all the subscribers, thank you so much for allowing me to add value into your life. Shout out to my tech barbarians. We have a Scrum Night coming up tonight. We have a vibe coding show that's coming out next week. And I'm going to tell you this right now. At our next vibe coding show, I'm going to be showing how I revolutionized the way that I generate my thumbnails, how I tricked off on Claude Code to, like, I pretty much wasted about $75-80 on Claude Code just to find out I could use Gemini to figure out a better way to do it. But I'm going to take you through that whole thought process on how you see all these new thumbnails coming out from me. And then I'm going to embarrass myself, because I was trying this new feature in Suno Music, and when I played it back, it was super duper embarrassing. But that will the embarrassing part will only be on the live stream. It will not be available on the live event. It will not be available on the playback. So I'm letting you know that right now, that if you want to see me embarrass myself, I can't even talk about it, right? But you will laugh your heads off at the next Vibe Coding Show. So join us, and then I'm gonna have all my friends there too. We're gonna be presenting, talking, having a great grand old time, helping each other out. As Junior always says, iron sharpens iron, and that's what we do every other Saturday at Vibe Coding Show. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of my tech barbarians over there. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. And to my tech mercenaries, shout out to you guys for supporting this channel on YouTube and allowing it to get across the world, helping us connect with one another, helping us empower each other. This channel, like, the audio is dubbed into so many different languages. So I'm just trying to help everyone out. All right. So to every last one of you, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
We are the very best.
We the best.
And as always, let's go out there and get it. All right, quick announcements for this week. Tomorrow, we're going to have our candid conversation. My premise for vibe coding for candid conversation tomorrow is maybe AI, maybe it should take your jobs. What? What?
How dare you?
I'm going to let you know why. I'm going to let you know why AI should probably take some of, or maybe if not most of your jobs. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. All right. At Candid Conversation, noon Eastern time. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. We're going to be back live on Tuesday night. We're going to be working on the Tech Barbarian coaching portal, the mobile app. We're going to be testing out our 7-day trial that I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get it to work last Tuesday. I think I figured it out. We're going to try that out and keep testing it, keep pushing it. We're still trying to go live with the Tech Barbarians coaching portal this coming within the next month or so. I have my Tech Barbarians working very vigilantly on that. We're going to be talking about that at our Scrum Night tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time. You can join us at techcoachralph.dev. It's going to be a free event. Just sign up and you can watch live at techcoachralph.dev what my tech barbarians are working on. All right. So that is what we got coming up for the next couple of days. I am looking forward to seeing every last one of you there. So that is the plan. Anything else to say? That's about it for now. That is about it for now. Let me go and check the chat and see who we have in the building. And then we are going to our first topic of today. We got my guy Junior in the building.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Junior? How was your, let me know, how was your fast from social media? I know that it was well worth it. I want to do it, but I also have to work. All right, I want to do it, but I also have to work. Junior says, I see you have a change in your setup. You have a key light now and a darker background. So I always had the key light, but sometimes the background would kind of drown it out. So last week I said, you know what, let me see. I had turned off all the lights last week, and then I turned on the key lights. And, you know, I said it kind of made my skin look a lot nicer. And, you know, I am a very, very vain person. So I said, you know what, my skin looks so fresh and so clean, so smooth. I'm gonna keep the backlight off, and it's just gonna go like that. Like, it could be focused more on me. It focuses more on me, right? So that's what happened. That is the honest God truth. We got. Let me see. I'm just gonna go with Doc for now because I can't say it. So let's go with Doc. Says wait. Says, hey there, I am a computer science student from India. It's been 3 semesters. I have done nothing. Where do I start? Well, I'm going to say that you have not done nothing yet because you have subscribed to the channel and you are at the right place. Where do you start? So you started at the right place. Now the question is, what do you do next? Well, computer science is a vast field, just like cybersecurity. Here's a question that I have for you. You can respond in the chat. We can have a discussion about it during breaks and stuff like that. But what is your interest? Because within cybersecurity, you can have software developer, you can have DevOps, you can have QA, you can even have like a technical product manager. There's so many different options that are available. So based on what is your interest, then you can start. You can go down one of those paths. Is all right. Let's say you have an interest of let's say software developer. Let's say front end. Let's say you want to build an application. You want to build apps. What I would say to start off is build something. And how do you come up with that idea? Well, I will go into greater detail at our next Vibe, or not at our next Vibe Coding Show. I'm going to be doing a masterclass inside of at techculture.dev, talking about how to come up with an app idea and how to execute on it. That's going to be within the next month. I'm trying to figure out the right day for it and time, but it's definitely going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be within the next month. But I will say right now, start off by building something that is meaningful to you, because even if you have no other users in the world, you will always have one user. And that's how I think. I'm going to go into way more depth about that, and I'll be able to take questions. We're going to be on a Google Meet, go back and forth, all that type of stuff at techculture.dev. It is going to be a free event within the next month. So sign up over at techculture.dev. But I would say, I don't know your background specifically, but even before you get into cybersecurity or into computer science, even before you get into college, at a very, very early age, we should start planning where we want to go, and we should start building stuff. So right now, even at my son's age of about to turn 4, I am already trying to put into his mind, all right, what are we going to do? What are we going to build? He's like, I want to play a game about dinosaurs. I'm like, you know what? I said, you know what? Hold up. Instead of playing a game about dinosaurs, why about we try to build a game about dinosaurs? What if we try to build some type of educational game that's going to help you with math, with reading, with logic, and we center it around and jujitsu, and we center it around dinosaurs. So I started investigating how do we build that game, and I want him to sit with me, and I want him to give me the ideas, and then so I can explain to him the logic and stuff like that. So we have to start earlier, and find something useful. Find like, I'll ask you this question. In your classes, what do you find hard or troubling or confusing? And how do you learn it? And then build something around that to help you with that. All right. So that would be my initial recommendation. Definitely leave me some more insight, and I will answer to the best of my ability. All right. Let me see. Let's see. It says, yes, better lighting makes the image quality better. That is a great change. Thank you, Junior. Well, basic stuff. Junior says, got the spread shop up and running as I intended, so the week off was well worth it. I'm telling you, sometimes when you just lock in and you focus and you can just boom, 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 boom. So shout out to that. It says, like JavaScript, Python, C, Java, but not developed anything. Okay, well, if you are getting familiar with the JavaScript, Python, C, and Java, but you have not built or developed anything, there is a very, 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 very simple solution, Doc. What is that? What is that simple solution? What is it? You build something. I'm just, but honestly, you just build something. My guy here, Junior, he is not a technical person. He will tell you himself, he is not a technical person. But he recently was using Lovable based on what we did last year when I was showing how to get started with Lovable, and he vibe coded an entire photography app, so he can host his photography. And I said, you should probably create a backend first so you can be able to upload the images as you want. Did it. So if you want to start developing something, we all have ChatGPT, we all have Gemini, we have access to Claude. If you're not sure how to get started, because if you've written some code in theory, but it's like it doesn't connect, come up with the idea and ask one of these large language models, what can I do to get started? And it's going to walk you through, say, don't do it for me, walk me through the steps. And it's going to take you step by step by step. So you install this software, install this, install that. But you need to know what it is that you want to build. And I say build something that's going to help you. That is the main thing. It says theory stuff I don't like, but theory stuff I don't like, but coding or anything where I have some input I don't like. Are you saying you don't like to code? Right, so are you saying you don't like to code, or you do like to code, but you don't like the theory stuff? Because I'm going to tell you this. If I could express this enough, as much as we don't like the theory is what powers our ability to push through the work. I see so many people who they just want to get certifications. They just want to sign up for a bunch of courses and stuff like that. It doesn't work that way. You have to actually practice. Do not be like Allen Iverson. You got to practice, and you need to stop copying and pasting. You need to actually understand what you're doing. Ask ChatGPT, like if ChatGPT gives you like, here's the code, ask it to break it down to you line by line and study that. Quiz yourself. You need to be very well versed with Git, with the logic of the code, like if statements, loop statements, all these type of things, because at the end of the day, you chose cybersecurity. You chose computer science. Well, CS can be computer science or cybersecurity, but you're talking about computer science because you said Python, Java, all that, right? So you need to like, they all work together. Junior says, and don't expect progress overnight. That is the God's honest truth. Progress is not like you're going to have progress overnight, but it's going to be very, very incremental and small until one day it's going to click, and then things are just going to start like it's exponential, right? But it's very, very slow at the beginning, and then it starts to click more and more and more and more. So you just have to, like, if you see anytime we start on the projects here, and just to say, next week on my TCR Labs channel, I'm going to be releasing working segments day by day, right? But when we start on a project or on a new language or something, we are so slow, so lost, so confused. But then we start getting more ideas. We start getting better. So you just have to keep it going. You have to keep it going. You have to keep it going. You can't take breaks, because so people like you have to use your calendar, use your Google Calendar, set a schedule, and adhere to that schedule as much as possible. You might miss a day here and there, but people, they'll set a schedule and then they'll just totally disregard the schedule. They'll miss the day and everything like that. It's a mess. So you have to be consistent. You have to dedicate yourself. You have to build discipline. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. So you have to push forward. All right. Says I do typo. I do like coding or something challenging. Okay, well that is perfect. I would say I would recommend joining us at our Vibe Coding show. We have one coming up on Saturday, on this coming Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure what that time translates into India, but we talk about this type of stuff, and I'm able to interact with you. Junior's able to interact with you. We go back and forth. But I would say the very first thing you should do, like right now, pull out your phone, go to ChatGPT, go to Gemini, and say, I want to build something about X, Y, and Z. Or can you give me some idea? Like you share the things you struggle with, and you say, can you give me some ideas on how I could build an app to help me with that? And that's going to make a major difference for you. All right. Let me pull this. All right, there you go. Junior says, even though Allen Iverson was great, we're not like Allen Iverson. We need practice. And I'm gonna cut Allen Iverson some slack, because I know we always make fun of him because of that. But to be fair, he was going through a lot at that time. I think a friend of his had got killed and stuff, and he explained it later on. But it's just such a funny viral clip that we always bring that up, right? You know what, Junior? That would be an awesome soundbite. Let me see. I have that one. Let me see. Let me see. Let me have that one. That would be a good one, though. Why am I frozen? Haters gonna hate. So I dropped for like a second there. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice, not a game.
I have to have that one. I have to have that one. All right. I cannot live without that one. Where do they go again? They go into here. Boom. Got it. I got it. I'm going to set it up during one of the breaks. All right. But let me see what else we got. It says, I did vibe code a tourism website in a hackathon, but I did not understand any of the code. But that's okay. That's because that's a start. Now you have to go and here's a recommendation that I would make. I would make this recommendation, right? I would say that school, college, great, helpful. Go on to Udemy. Whichever language is your favorite right now, take one of those courses based on what you want to build. So here's what I'd say you do to get some practice, right? Go to ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever. Get an idea for a project. Find out the tech stack that it's going to take to do it, and then get a course on that from Udemy, so you can actually learn it in a very step-by-step practical manner, not necessarily in theory, and then use that to start building it. And you can still use AI for help, but make sure that you get a very good understanding of the code base, so that, because at the end of the day, right, if you're only learning theory in school, but you're not learning practical implementation, then the school is a waste, right? It's going to be a waste. So I would say that get a Udemy course for cheap. Wait for it to go on sale. Get it for like, I don't know the price conversion in India, but here it's like $10-15, and take that course to learn this very specific coding stuff. And then use AI to help you through that and build something useful and valuable. Because a lot of the stuff that I've been working on, I don't know C++, but if I read through the code, it'll make sense to me. So I don't need to know it in and out. But I know it. I know the concepts of the code to be able to read it and understand it, and it's getting me to my final destination. So that's what I would say. That is my recommendation to you. All right. What we are going to do now, we are going to jump into our first topic of the day. So it's going to go topic, work, topic, work, topic, work, and then we're going to wrap it up for today, right? Because I do have our Scrum night tonight. So over at Tickle the Dev. So sign up over there and you can join us you can watch it streamed live for free. It's going to be a Google Meet with my Tick Barbarians. You can stream it live over there, right? But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this first topic. So the DoorDash dot, which we reviewed on this channel, it got into a little bit of a fender. It got into a little bit of a fender bender. So what we're gonna do, for those who don't know yet, we're gonna do a quick review of what the DoorDash dot is, and then we're going to watch what happened to this DoorDash dot. All right, so let's go.
DoorDash is joining a crowded field of autonomous delivery robots with its very own 4'6" robot developed in-house. Unlike some of its more boxy-looking competitors, DoorDash's robot, called Dot, has a unique cheese wheel-like round shape for its storage compartment, which can store up to 30 pounds of cargo, or 6 pizza boxes. It also has anthropomorphic features like its light-up eyes that look left and right as it navigates, all of which are designed to make more personable to other users on the road and bike lanes. What's also different is that it can travel up to 20 miles per hour, faster than urban sidewalk robots programmed by DoorDash's partner Coco Robotics in LA and Uber's partner Serve Robotics, which is making deliveries in Chicago and Atlanta. Autonomous delivery companies are getting new funding and partnerships and are expanding their presence in the US. At the same time, advancements in AI are also helping with more technological breakthroughs. But it does not mean it will replace human deliveries anytime soon. Most of these are still operating at a small scale in select cities. DoorDash says Dot is best used for bigger orders traveling longer distances in the suburbs, where most DoorDash deliveries happen. Meanwhile, it says human couriers will be able to handle more complex and multi-stop orders. There are still many questions left to be answered. DoorDash says it is still in internal discussions on where it will manufacture and source components for the robot. Plus, it will also need to win over regulators to allow its robot to not just be on sidewalks, but also alongside cars. DoorDash is joining a crowded field of autonomous delivery robots with its very own
Okay, so that is the DoorDash dot robot that is delivering. Let me know in the chat. Did I play that twice? Because I just noticed it started over again and I didn't know. Was that the second time I played? If so, I'll edit it off when I clip it up. But so that's the DoorDash dot, right? Really cool looking. It looks like it's from Cars, and we reviewed it earlier this year. However, there was a event that happened. Let's go over to that one. So this apparently happened in Chicago. Yes, in Chicago, a DoorDash dot had an accident. Yes, it did.
It's the kind of delivery that no one ordered.
I actually felt bad for the little guy a little bit.
Video shows the small wheeled robot designed to bring takeout to your door brought a mess instead.
I never would have thought, a little robot running into a bus stop would cause such a buzz.
The guilty driver, Nasir, smashed through the glass at the CTA bus stop at Grand and Racine, just outside the Center Construction Group in Westtown.
You're a construction guy. Surprised that it was able to break it so easily?
I was surprised, yeah. The thing didn't hit it that hard and it just went right through it.
Serve Robotics says while they figure out how this happened, they will cover the cost of the already repaired glass, calling the crash landing extremely rare. Our cameras caught a robot from a different company successfully navigate that same stretch of busy Grand Avenue.
The 27th Ward Alderman says before making any determination on whether or not this pilot program moves forward, it really will depend on the safety of these delivery robots. Meanwhile, there is a grassroots push to put the brakes on this program.
This pilot program has been more disruptive to everyday Chicagoans than a pilot should be.
Josh Robertson started a petition he says has over 3,700 signatures from people who see red flags in the pilot program that rolls on through May 2027.
This incident created quite the spectacle, but it's one more in a long line of hundreds of incidents that we've received.
Goes on through May 2027.
This incident created quite the spectacle, but it's one more in a long line of.
Dang, he just ran right into that. I mean, to be fair though, I mean, it's not necessarily fair, but the glass is quote unquote transparent, so it thought it was clear, and boom.
Hundreds of incidents that we've received.
By the way, I am going to apologize to DoorDash because it was not the dot. I got it wrong. I thought I saw the headline said that it was DoorDash, but DoorDash actually maneuvered right around that little guy. It says, "Poor you."
Through the petition, the robots continue to cause safety and accessibility issues for Chicagoans.
Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Chicago.
27th Ward Alderman Walter Red Burnett has not yet taken a position on the delivery robots, but in the neighboring 1st Ward, Alderman Daniel Espada says the program will not be expanding after a survey showed most residents oppose it.
Well, you know, people will always do. I can't wait till we get to the AI school one. People will always do what is against. They're always going to go against innovation, but it's going to come anyways. I don't even know what to tell you. So they're going to shut down it sounds like they're going to shut down the delivery robots because people would rather humans deliver their food who you have no idea what exactly they're doing to your food. I personally prefer, because I don't order delivery, I don't order Uber Eats, I don't order DoorDash. If I do, it's gonna be where I pick it up in person, because I would rather I would rather my food changing the least amount of hands as possible. You can't do anything really about the people who are making the food, but you would kind of hope that they are not doing anything wrong to your food, because that is their business, to keep making money. But think about it like this: if you order from a restaurant, right? If you order from a restaurant, and you order from a restaurant, they make the food, and to Uber Eats, DoorDash, whoever's going to deliver it to you, and they actually do something to it that doesn't really take a big hit on DoorDash. Like, maybe you can leave a bad review, but it's not going to affect DoorDash or Uber Eats or any of those other delivery services. That person might get a bad tick. Who knows, right? So I barely like eating out for the most part, but then so you have where the food is actually coming from. It's going through those hands. Then the restaurant, like, once it comes in, it goes through those hands, and when it's actually being made, it's going through those hands. They give it to the person who's going to be handing it to you. But if you have to get it delivered, now it's some totally random person who might not even be the person. Because imagine this, right? For like a Uber ride, it's a little different. But for actual food delivery, it might not even be the person who signed up for the app who's actually doing delivery. We've heard about that before. So it's going through so many different hands, and now you don't know the background of the person. Does Uber and DoorDash and all of them, do they do a background check for Uber Eats drivers? Let's find out. Let's find out right now. Because like I said, I don't like my food going through so many hands. Let's say over here. Does Uber and DoorDash does Uber, DoorDash, and similar companies do a background check of their Uber Eats, of their food delivery drivers, and how do they ensure the food delivery drivers are the ones who are actually delivering the food? I have trust issues, all right? I have trust issues. Yes, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and other major platforms have rigorous systems in place to screen drivers and ensure person delivering your food is the one registered on the account. The background check process, both companies use third-party screening services, mostly Checkr, to perform comprehensive checks before a driver is allowed to pick up their first order. Criminal history, they search national, state, and local databases for felony and misdemeanor convictions. This includes violent crime, sexual offenses, and fraud-related activity. Motor vehicle report, for those delivering by car or scooter. They review driving records for DUIs, reckless driving, and patterns of speeding. Ongoing monitoring, a clean check at sign up isn't the end. These platforms use continuous monitoring technology that alerts them if a driver is involved in a new criminal or driving incident, which can lead to immediate deactivation. Ensuring the right driver to prevent account sharing or unauthorized individuals from using a verified driver's account. Company use several technical and physical layers, real-time photo verification, selfies. They occasionally prompt drivers to take a real-time selfie before they can go online. Fair. Biometric matching. But what if they're going online? Like, what if it's a spouse, or I don't know, liveness detection? The technology is designed to detect if someone is holding up a photo or screen instead of the real person. If the photo doesn't match, the account is locked. In-person ID checks, device fingerprinting and GPS. Customer merchant report. Yeah, I don't know. I just get nervous where there's like some random people who are touching your food. I do not want my food showing up smelling like any type of alcohol or narcotics or anything like that. But I also don't order food from these delivery services. Have I ever? I've ordered where I went to pick it up. I have not ordered where someone actually delivered to me. So that's just me. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you against these robot delivery services? I think they launched the DoorDash Dot in Miami. So again, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to X out DoorDash, right? DoorDash Dot, but the robot, I'll figure out a way. But the robot did end up crashing and breaking the bus stop in Chicago. But the DoorDash Dot went right around that bus stop and it was successful. Maybe because the other one already crashed into it. Who knows? Do you think Chicago's gonna get rid of it though? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Join us at techwithdrop.dev for our next Vibe Code and Chill, our next Scrum Night, access to resume flow, access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, and many, many more things. All right. Okay. Let's go over to, let me check the chat real quick and then we're going to get to our first working segment. Let's see. Dax says, I got a AI machine learning course at Udemy, but I think I should know the basic web before jumping into that. So machine learning and AI is going to be heavily based on Python and on the types of learning. It's different. So that course probably has a big Python section. So I don't think it's a bad course. I would get another course to actually build something as well, because machine learning is going to be a lot of theory and a lot of data analysis, which is good, but it's not something that you're going to be using right away. It's not going to be something very practical. I would go through that course, but I would also get maybe a full stack development, maybe a Python course where you can actually build something. Choose the course based on what you want to build. I'm going to say that. You have in your mind, I am going to build this thing. And what do I need to build it? If it's a web app, it's probably going to be a React base or with Vite and stuff like that. Go with that. So that would be my strategy for you. Andrew says, yeah, we spoke about kids. They do. It looks like the from Cars. Doc says even Teslas can't run properly in India with all those sensors because all of the chaos in the country. Do you think things like these can run in a country like India? I am not familiar with India enough to say, but if there's a lot of congestion in the street, it's gonna be so hard. Because if there's a lot of people on the sidewalks and stuff like I would say I would see it very, very difficult for a DoorDash Dot to run in New York City, unless they have a dedicated lane for these devices, which it's probably what's going to end up happening. Because if you think for 1 second that these politicians are going to turn down the money that they're getting from DoorDash, from Uber Eats, from all of these companies, from all these tech companies, you are sadly mistaken. They're not going to turn it down. They're going to say, oh no, we're not going to do it. And then you're going to see the next week, oh yeah, they approved to create their own lane, because these companies are going to say, all right, cool, we'll just give you, we're going to make sure that you get reelected. We're going to give you all this money and stuff like that. And it is going to be done just like that.
They ain't believing us.
All right. He says, a lot of these people just hate change, but they might actually have legitimate concerns. I don't think anybody's concerns are not legitimate, that they're illegitimate. I would say that a lot of people, they will always say, instead of saying, okay, what is a middle ground? What is an alternative? How can we work around any particular situation, scenario? They're going to be like, nope, I hate it and I don't want it and get it out of here. And that's when they get railroaded, right? Because the house always wins. The house always wins. So they're like, all right, cool. You don't like it? All right, cool. Well, guess what? We're just going to do X, Y, and Z, and you're going to suffer. You have concerns? All right. Why don't we if you have concerns, why don't you air those concerns and give the companies the opportunity to speak about those concerns, rectify those concerns, make adaptations, as opposed to saying, nope, we don't want it, get it out of here. After they have spent all this money to invest in it, do you think they're just going to give up on their investments? So DoorDash can say, you know what, we're just going to not service this area until you approve it. Who knows? Well, this is not DoorDash, but even DoorDash would be affected by this ruling. So we shall see. It's glass, so it's hard to see. A lot of people walk into glass all the time. That's how we have funny videos. Birds fly into glass also. Yep. It's just bad that the robot destroyed it, but sure, they'll figure out some glass detection thing. Says, I don't order anything. Says, I don't order any of those things. Also, I go get my own food. Yep, I don't like it. I don't like it. Says, in India, stray dogs are going to pee on those things and tear its wheels down. In the hood, which these things will never get to the hood, right? But in the hood, they would kidnap them. They would hold them ransom. Even though that they have GPS, they would kidnap them and hold them ransom. So that's what's going to happen. One fun fact about me is my aunt was a NASA astronaut, Kiapana Chala. Shout out to your aunt. That is amazing. What up, King T420? What is it? Let me say it's King T4. What up, King T4? What's going on? How is it going? How's it going? Oh my goodness. We got the Snow Bunny Bag Chaser in the building. Says, good afternoon, King. Going to Bible study, just had to say hi. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Bible study. Have an amazing Bible study. Dax says, what about those drone food delivery outlets in China? I have not heard of the drone food delivery in China. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm going to put that on the docket for some time. Maybe Thursday we'll review that, but that is awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out. And somebody back said, Snow Bunny says, Junior, nice to see you back. How was the rest? Are you ready to conquer the world? I will say on behalf of Junior that he was already conquering the world. He already started and he got a lot of work done. He already asked him earlier. He said he got a lot of work done. So shout out to my guy Junior. Shout out to Snow Bunny. Shout out to King T4 and to Doc. Shout out to every last one of you.
Let's get it.
All right, we are going to start working. Let's go over into here and let's go and do this. Put up 20.
It's time to do.
And let's get to here. So we have the app up and running. So here's the issue that I'm having. Two issues. If I do start a new session and I click over here, Hello, 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 hello. This pitch visualizer is fake. All right, let me see if it. And you hear how bad the sound is. So I was doing some research, and let me see if I can pull it up over here. I was doing some research the other day for a solution for the pitch visualizer. If I can get the pitch, like we're gonna try the pitch first, and then we'll see how we can get the mic to be the right one. All right. So let's go over into here. And Flutter for audio-driven apps, real-time sound visualization, audio processing, and voice interaction. Right. So a one-stop solution for all your audio needs. Flutter for audio-driven apps. All right. So, and I had not. Let me see. Oh my goodness. So when was this? This was written June 18, 2025. So last year, this article was published. So I'm not going to go into all the details. I just know that this is what we need to try. This is an era dominated by voice assistants, podcasts, and real-time communication. Audio-driven applications are becoming essential across industries, from fitness and meditation to education and productivity. Flutter is known for expressive UI, blah, 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 blah. All right. Basically, what we need. So why Flutter for audio apps? Single code base. So we know that. That's what we did. Plugins and tools. So real-time visualization, visualizing live microphone input for speech, music, or noise monitoring apps. Tools and plugins, Flutter audio capture, Flutter custom paint, draws, custom waveforms, frequency bars, and spectrograms. So I want to see if we can use, well, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to copy this whole article, right? Starting from here. And I'm going to paste that into Kilo and say, can you check based on this article if we have any of these sorry about that. If we have any of these tools or plugins installed, especially for the Flutter custom paint, to make sure that our pitch visualizer is actually working correctly. We're gonna go with that. And see if there's any enhancements that we need to make, right? Because I am not happy with the pitch visualizer. Let's go to NPL command understanding. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to copy this, right? Because I have a few questions that I wanted to ask. So limitations to consider: iOS audio capture is restricted without native channel bridging. Audio filters require native integration or FFI. Real-time audio latency may be high without low-level optimizations. Still for now. All right. So I'm going to copy this whole thing over here, right? And copy this whole thing. Let's go up to here, right? And I'm going to go back over here. And I am going to open up Kilo Code. And I am going to say, it seems like the pitch visualizer is mocked, and the mic input is always low and unclear on playback. I'm not sure if we are using the right. And I'll give you an example. Let's do a quick example, right? So I have my phone here, and I'm going to, where's our audio recorder thing? Recorder maybe? Okay, so there's a recorder app, right? And I'm gonna do a recording. I'm doing a recording because I want to test how the mic is going to sound on playback, because on my other app, the mic sounds terrible. Okay. So now I'm going to save that. And I'm going to play it back. I'm doing a recording because I want to test how the mic is going to sound on playback, because on my other app, the mic sounds terrible. All right, so we heard that, right? We heard that. And now I'm going to go to the speech app. We're going to try that one. So I say start a new session. I'm saying basically the same thing that I said when I was using the recorder app, and it sounds terrible on or it sounds better on the recorder app, but here I think it's going to sound very, very low and it's hard to hear. All right, so now we're going to play it back. I'm saying basically the same thing that I said when I was using the recorder app, and it sounds terrible on or it sounds better on the recorder app, but here I think it's going to sound very, very low and it's hard to hear. So that's that one. So that's the one from the speech coaching app. Now this is from the recorder. I'm doing a recording because I want to test how the mic is going to sound on playback, because on my other app, the mic sounds terrible. All right, so you see, it's a big difference in how it sounds and how the recording sounds on the phone. So I'm saying I'm not sure we're using the right package or mic input for the mobile app. All right. I found this article that talks about, what did it talk about? Flutter for audio driven apps. Can you check how or what packages we are using in relation versus or compared to the suggestions of the app, and what opportunities do we have do we have to fix both of these issues? Here is from the article. All right, so I just pasted everything. Let me get out that, remember, so let's get this out. So I'm gonna send that off to Kilo Code to see what's gonna happen. But I mean, we have to get it right, and hopefully that can translate over to Apple as well, because we have not done any Apple testing. I don't even have an Apple phone. We could probably use a tablet though. So let's run this. And let's see what we're gonna get. A lot of code that it's reading. We also need to find an opportunity to refactor this code, because it's probably pretty long. All right, so based on the code base and the article provided, here is my analysis of the current packages compared to the suggestion and opportunities we have to fix the mock pitch visualizer and low mic input. Current package versus article. Current app, Flutter Sound 9.2.13 for recording and playback, and configures the microphone via audio session. Article suggestion, Flutter Audio Capture recommends Flutter Audio Capture for raw PCM audio streams. Comparison, Flutter Sound is an excellent comprehensive library, but capturing raw audio streams simultaneously while saving to an MP4 AAC file natively can be complex, which is why the pitch was mocked in your app. Flutter Audio Capture provides direct access to raw PCM, making it much easier to pipe into FET or pitch detection algorithms in real time. That works. Frequency / pitch analysis uses pitch detector in the pub spec, but is not actually being used for recording. Instead, the recording page generates a fake simulated pitch. Let me make this bigger, actually. Let's move this over here for now. Let's do this. Make this bigger. Okay, so now that this is bigger, all right, so fake pitch the amplitude of the audio combined with randomness. Article suggestions recommends Flutter FFT for frequency analysis. Comparison, pitch detector is completely capable of doing what Flutter FFT does. If we feed the raw PCM, the issue isn't the package, but the app doesn't have the current pipe. All right, so we're gonna see if we can get the right that right. Current app implements custom visualization using custom paint and pitch visualizer and audio visualizer widgets. Articles suggest Flutter custom paint for drawing waveforms and bars. Comparison, your app perfectly aligns with this article. You already have the robust UI set up using using custom painter to draw the visualization. Oh, I hate when they do that. Oh my goodness. Are you serious, Kilo? Oh my God, I hate when they do this to me. Oh God. Let me see if I close this. Open it back up. Okay. So opportunities to fix. Fixing the low unclear mic. The low and unclear mic is likely caused by the audio session configuration init recorder inside of here. Currently uses the Android audio usage voice communication and AV audio session mode spoken audio. These settings often trigger heavy native audio gain and acoustic echo cancellation, which aggressively compress the audio, making it low or muffled on playback. The fix, change the audio session configuration to use more standard multimedia recording profiles. Okay, which will capture the raw, uncompressed, high quality audio that sounds loud and clear upon playback. Fixing the mock pitch visualizer. Currently under a recorder on progress only provides volume decibels, not raw audio data, leading to the developer mocking the pitch. We have two options. Option A, Flutter audio capture. We capture the PCM chunks, feed them in pitch detector, get pitch chunk, which you already have installed, and simultaneously append the PCM to a .wav file for playback. Option B, Flutter sound. We configure Flutter sound to record a stream instead of directly to a file. We can then chunk the stream, pass by the bytes to get real pitch, and pipe the same bytes to a file sync so it saves properly. If you'd like me to implement these fixes, correct audio session for fix it low. Let's say which would option A or option B result to a better user experience? Which option, let's say which option would result to a better user experience? Because I'm not sure if doing it via the chunks would be better or faster. Which one would give better? Yeah, I'd say because performance is also part of the user experience. So let's see what it thinks. Let's see. Option A, using raw PCM streaming via Flutter audio or the record package results significantly better user experience. Why is that? True real-time feedback faking the pitch with random numbers means the visualizer just bounces arbitrarily. With raw PCM, the user gets one-on-one visual feedback. When they speak higher, the line goes up. Audio quality guarantee. By bypassing heavy OS level speech processing like aggressive echo cancellation, if we want the best, unlike Flutter Sound, the record package allows you to simultaneously save a media M4A file. Find the quickest fix right now without ripping. Okay, so let's implement option A. Boom, just like that, just like that. Because we already have our paywall stuff set up and running. So now we need to clean up a little bit of things in here. And once we make sure that the app is working the right way, then we can continue expanding the paywall stuff. Because, like I said, I have someone who's going to be testing this, so I just want to make sure that they have everything the right way, and that they have a smooth time doing that. Let's see. Let's run this command. So now we're replacing. So now I wonder now if the sound is going to work on the emulator better, because it was always a nightmare. It was always a nightmare running it on the, like hearing the sound when we run it on the emulator. So hopefully this changes everything. And if that happens, then we can start looking back into the paywall stuff. I do wonder though, is there not an AI that can, because right now, which is totally fine for an MVP, right? But it's just using the transcript, and it's not taking like the tone and the I don't know. We'll look into that. We're gonna look into that, because I don't like the part of the workflow where it has to upload it to AWS Transcribe, because it's just words that it's trying to, and it's saying how long was the formula is how long is the audio, how long is the how many words are there to try to get that understanding. So after this is done, we'll look into that next. If this works, that is. Let's see. Running tests. Hopefully the tests don't cause it to go crazy. All right. Run. That. Okay, some more tests. How come all of a sudden? All right, there we go. So I've successfully implemented option A to fix both the issues reported, replaced the mock pitch visualizer with true PCM stream processing, added the record package as the modern native way to retrieve raw audio streams, updated recording page to initiate or instantiate a audio recorder and capture the audio encoder PCM 16 bits, passed raw float 64 chunks to the pitch detector, manually assembled the piped and PCM bits bytes to a custom wave to sync on fly, so it works seamlessly with the player and S3 upload. The microphone will not. All right, so now let's say we're going to discard. We're going to run this over again. Are we getting errors? Are we getting errors? We are getting errors. Okay, so let's say we just copy this whole thing, and we're going to say, I'm getting this error when trying to start the app. So now let's see what's causing this error. I was muted, but I caught myself. I was saying that I was going to keep talking and keep working on it, but Rod Brown is here, so we cannot do that right now. So let's go ahead and go to break. Let's see what we got going on in the chat before we get to our next break time topic. Let me see. Let's go over to, let me release the chat as well. Snow Bunny said, oh, Junior said, the Snow Bunny, I conquered the world already. That's why I took the week off. I had to finish setting up my website and set up my spread shop website. And I was taking a look at it yesterday. Really, really cool stuff. I am hoping, which I know he will, but that Junior will share his website, which is, I can share that with you right now, actually. Oh, well, first of all, Junior, can I share the website? Because I don't want to just drop it in the chat, but can I share the website? And actually you can drop it yourself in the chat, Junior, you're a mod, but if you want to share it, feel free to drop it in the chat. But hoping at our next Vibe Coding show that Junior shares the website, shares the process of how he built it and how he integrated Spreadshop into his website, because that was really, really cool what he showed me. So shout out to my guy, Junior. Really good, really great work. Where's my mouse? There it goes. Let's see. We got my guy in the building, Rod Brown. What up, Rod Brown? Meep, meep. Shout out to my guy, Rod Brown. Rod Brown and I, we are excellent. We are excellent predictors of the market. So that's inside joke. Let's see. Robert says, I wish I could take a break. What? But tech coach Ralph won't let me.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
No breaks. I'm saying. Says you're a content creator. You don't get the luxury. The people need you weekly. That is a fact. Also for content creators, on Wednesday, I'm going to be releasing a video of the reaction command center that I created, so I can track all the videos that I want, all the videos, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, X, and articles that I want to react to. But instead of just texting it to myself, I'm going to be releasing a video of how I created it and asking if you think that it would be useful to you, then I can release it to the public and I can make it available and all that other stuff that comes around with it. If you think it'll be useful, all right? Because I added, I'll show you this real quick. I'll show you this real quick, right? And everything that I do now is gonna be under the techcoachrob.dev domain, and of course, I am gonna make it available to my Patreon members, because everything that I do, it belongs to the Tech Barbarians. But I will show you this real quick. Let me see, where is it? Oh, there it goes. Magnetar sent me this article the other day, and I added it to my to my app so that we can actually react to it. So I am going to be reviewing this app, like the process of how to make it as a app showcase, because a lot of people, they want to build something, they don't know where to get started. We're also going to be doing a mastermind inside of a masterclass inside of the Patreon, techcoachrob.dev, where I'm going to show you how you can easily get started with creating an app. Junior, I'm pretty sure Junior will be there. He'll share his insight, because he's created 2 apps right now, right? And he is not a technical person. He's not a tech person. So if Junior can do it, he doesn't mind me saying, then you definitely can do it. All right. So shout out to my guy, Junior. Shout out to my guy. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Not you. You got Magnetar in the building with the Sith coach, Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Shout out to my guy Magnetar. Says, didn't realize you had all the ethical hacking videos in order. I got you, Magnetar. My guy Magnetar, like last year, up to like halfway through the year, we were working on ethical hacking, and Magnetar, he bought a whole new Mac to work with me on, like to follow along in the course. But it was just so busy and stuff like that. Now he's going back through all the videos and he is catching up and he is going through it, and he's sending me messages, leaving me comments on the videos. I love it. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
And just the fact that I can add value into Magnetar's life and help him on his whatever, like career journey, tech journey, whatever, that means the absolute world to me. And all of this that we do, it's all worth it just for that. All right. Let me see. and Rod Russ says, just drown already. Yeah. I caught myself. I know. And it was only for like 30 seconds. It was only for 30 seconds. All right. Let me see. There goes the link. Check out byhisgracedispatching.com. Error messages and all. It's working though. Yup. Let's go. All right. We're going to jump into our next topic for today, our next break time topic, which is humanoid robots were at the White House with FLOTUS. First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump, walks out with a humanoid robot. Yes, part of the AI push, the AI initiative of this current administration. Let's go ahead and jump into it right now. So this is the video from C-SPAN. Why did the robot not get a handshake as well? I think it's a fair question. Well, wait, so before we even jump into this any deeper, drop me a comment. What are your thoughts about seeing this? At the White House, the First Lady of the United States, also the First Lady of France, walking out with a humanoid robot. I don't know which brand of humanoid robot that was, but what are your thoughts of the First Lady walking out with a humanoid robot? And she stopped, gave the robot the right of way to continue its model walk, and then she came, but she did not give the robot a handshake. Let's keep going. I hope they have some talking in this. What if the robot was to give the key? All right, I'm sorry. I know you guys don't like when I talk during the reactions that I'm doing, which is weird, but
thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House. It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting. I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America. I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education. Welcome. Bienvenidos. Yokoso. Bienvenue. Bem-vindos. Ahlan wa sahlan. Shagatam. Mogasal Mabit. Profimo Baim. Laskavo Prosimo. Dobrodošli. Thank you.
I'm gonna say this with all due respect, the way the way the robot walked away and everybody turned around looking at the robot walking away reminds me of when former President Joe Biden wandered into the woods in whatever country that they were, and he just look. All right, am I off here? Am I off? It's gonna come around, right? Where are you? See, they're all looking. They're all looking, and then he just starts wandering, walking away. Am I wrong for this? Drop me a comment. Am I wrong for laughing at? That's how he wandered off. No, it wasn't.
Good morning.
That's not what happened.
Welcome to the White House. Figure 3. Thank you for joining me at day 2 of Fostering the Future Together. It's fair to state you're my first American-made humanoid guest in the White House. But moreover, it is my distinct honor to receive such an impressive group of leaders today. 45 of you have traveled from every corner of the planet to represent your nation as a part of this new coalition.
There we go. So that's what happened. Yeah, I wonder if there's. Let me see if I can find. I wonder if I can find more information about this. Let me see. So I'm curious. I'm curious about this whole humanoid figure 3 White House. That they're gonna. Read that already. I just want the details. All of it is just it walking out. The article. Let's see. There we go. Let's go to this Yahoo article real quick to get a little bit more details about it. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I actually what I could do is I could do Gemini. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to where's my here and summarize full page. See if I can get a summary. While it's building, let's take a look at this. First humanoid robot appears at White House with Melania Trump. No, it wasn't Elon Musk. Optimus. Humanoid robot may have stolen the show at the White House event with First Lady Melania Trump. Wednesday, the robot is the Optimus bot from Tesla and maybe from a company you haven't heard of, despite some heavy backers. I heard of Figure 3 actually. All right, so let's go. So let's use mine instead. Can I zoom in on this? I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Nope. So let's use mine. So Figure 3, so brief summary, Figure 3 is a humanoid robot built by startup Figure, made a high profile appearance walking alongside First Lady Melania Trump at the White House Fostering the Future Together Initiative Global Summit. The robot greeted the audience in multiple languages and delivered a short message about empowering children with technology. The appearance was billed as a historic first for a humanoid at the White House and was explicitly not Tesla's Optimus. I don't know why Yahoo or why whoever wrote this article is heavily hating on Tesla. Figure, founded by Brett Adcock, had attracted major investors, Jeff Bezos, Microsoft, Nvidia, OpenAI, etc., and was valued at $39 billion after a 2025 Series C. The company aims to bring humanoid robots into commercial operation soon, pitching them for chores, caregiving, education roles, and broader consumer use amid rising competitions in the space. Key takeaways: historic moment. Figure 3 was presented as the first humanoid at the White House. It was not Optimus. Big backers and scales. Education focused, practical aims. Figure pitches real world task. See that's. I just want this right here. This right here. Laundry, cleaning, and dishes. There we go. Laundry, cleaning, and dishes. There you go. Right. Give me a price tag. Give me a price tag. All right. Says while competing with companies like Tesla, Exomi, or is it Gizomi? Shishomi? Because I know it's like a Chinese brand or Japanese brand. Unitree and Xpeng. PR narrative: the White House appearance and press coverage helps validate Figure's progress and shape public perception of human AI, or they were just the biggest donor, right? Key quotes. So we have that first. Thank you to the First Lady for inviting me. The Figure 3 said. First Lady called Figure 3 an American-made humanoid system and highlighted the historic first. I forgot this about my own app. When I click on it, it takes me directly to the section. I should put this in the. Do you think I should put this in the what do you call this? The extension store for Chrome. So proud to see F3 make history as the first humanoid robot in the White House. Adcock tweeted with a robot and USA flag emoji. And our vision at Figure is to bring humanoid robots into commercial operations as soon as possible, Adcock said to previous investments in the company. All right, so that's the story with the first humanoid robot, the Figure 3, hitting the White House runway, with our First Lady, Melania Trump. One more question. Do you think that they trained the robot to walk like a runway model for this particular appearance? Because they were stride for stride. The First Lady, former model, was stride for stride with the robot. And then the robot wandered away, just like our dear old former president, Joe Biden, right? Let me see. Can I find it? Hold up. Let me see. Can we find it? We're going to find out. Joe Biden. Let me see. Let's see if we go to. We're gonna do a comparison real quick, just to finish it off. So if I go over to and go here. All right, so we got this, right? And I'm gonna queue this one up. Bear with me. I just want to do a comparison. All right. So we're gonna do this first. Okay?
Thank you very, very much.
President, why have you decided to prove Ukraine's use of long?
All right. Now. Am I wrong? Tell me. Was I wrong for that? They seem like they just wandered off together. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. That was wrong. That was wrong.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
All right. Let's serious face. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. All right. Let me unleash the chat. So, so Rod Brown says, I don't understand the meaning of why it walked out with them, which you later saw. It was for the White House initiative. We also read it through the Tech Coach Ralph summarizer that it was for the White House. What do they call it? Some AI initiative for robots taking care of our kids. Magna says, I wonder if they're going to use the robots as guards. They will. So I have a video for the bug bite that's gonna come out in like 2 weeks. So I have a different one for this week, which is talking about, which is this old video, but earlier this year. But they have humanoid robots that they're gonna be using for like in Ukraine for war and stuff like that, for like fighting, not necessarily fighting, but you'll see it in the video. But they do have humanoid robots for that. So it's coming. Robert says he gets it now. And Magnetar says, mean Coach Ralph.
How dare you?
He says, Sleepy Joe Biden. Hey. Rob Brown says, Sith Coach Ralph is being mean.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I'm sorry, Magnetar. I'm sorry. Shout out to you. Not shout out to me. Shout out to you. Bricked Out Media is in the building. And Junior says that clip is a classic. Look, Junior. Like that was am I wrong for that? That was the very first thing that came to my mind. Is that a me problem? That the first thing that because I was watching, like, why is everybody turning around and it just wandering away? I'm like, why didn't you just sit down for the meeting? Why are you leaving? Wouldn't that be like the robot gave the keynote for the meeting and then it just wandered off? It could have just sat down. Magnetar says, is facial recognition technology installed inside the robots? I don't know, but I suppose. I have no idea. They should be. If not, they can be. It's just software at the end of the day. They have cameras, so just software that you need to update. So we'll see. Anyways, we're gonna get to enough fun and games, enough wandering off with the robots and the former president. Let's actually build valuable software over here, right? That's what we do. We build valuable software and we have fun while doing this, okay? Because no, we do not wish Merry Christmas over here. We work.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
All right, so let's get to work. Next 20 up on the clock.
Let's go!
All right, so let's see what happened. It says that the semantics flag not found during the hot restart is a known temporary caching issue with Flutter SDK engine itself. It occasionally happens when you add a large new platform plugin, like Record, which uses FFI platform channels while the app is still running, causing Dart VM to crash. All right, cool. So they ran the Flutter clean. They did the get. So we need to, all right, let's stop the whole thing down. Let's shut it all. We're shutting it all down. And we're going to open it back up. We're going to run it back. You know how they say after you get blown out in a pickup basketball game, run it back. Yeah, but these other had, if you ever played basketball at the park, right? And the team gets like blown out and they say, run it back. Like, oh yeah, but they had downs. It's just run it back real quick. That ever happened to you? I've seen it happen. And even with, and then the worst part is, right, if the team that got blown out in the first game, now they win the second game. Now the team that won the first game, they have to get off the court for the team that had downs. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. All right, the app should be started. Let's try to record to see if it sounds better this time. Okay, so let's say start new session. Is the recording actually working right now? I'm not sure because I don't see the pitch visualizer moving, and I don't know if it can even hear me. So let's go ahead and stop it and see what happens. I talked a little bit louder to see if it made a difference. Okay, let's stop it. Uh-oh, I don't think nothing happened. Oh, it sounds terrible. And then it stopped recording. Let's take a look at the logs. Let's take a look at the logs. Flutter sound player. It started recording, but then it sounded really, really bad. Purchase error, purchase error. Recording page state. Oh my God. I just remembered. I was supposed to watch a jujitsu competition today. If you guys, if you ever watched the jujitsu channel, Henry was competing today. I gotta check how he did. I'm just gonna copy this whole thing. I didn't see the pitch visualizer working, visualizer working properly. And when I tried to play back, the sound was low and muffled until I didn't hear anything anymore. Can you look at the logs to see if anything went wrong? Check the chat. I don't see nothing strange. Let's see here. Let's go down. Hey, when it does that. Let's run this. Move this over here so I can see better. Run. I remember we had an issue like this before with the codecs that we had to change something back then. Let's see. Yeah. Come on. That's so annoying. That's one thing about this keto code is that they make it like impossible sometimes. Try to click this. Okay, let's go back. Oh, save. Go back. Hopefully that. All right. Let's close that. Open it back up. Continue. All right, there we go. Sometimes like it gets stuck somewhere and you can't scroll down to where you want it to scroll down to. Let's see. Did I close that page now? Yep. Let's see. What is that? Let's see. I'm getting distracted. All right, let's go here. Oh man. I won the first one. What's the second one? Bummer. All right, let's keep fixing this stuff. All right, let's see. He's doing a lot of work, I'll tell you that. But I remember we had a similar issue back then though. But we got to get the sound right though. All right, let's see what they said. I found exactly why the two issues happened. Low muffled playback when we swapped the recording logic with Stream Raw PCM16. We haven't started saving the file manually as a WAV file. However, play recording was still trying to decode the file using codec AAC. Fluttershy was misinterpreting the wave header and raw bytes as compressed AAC, causing the massive distortion, low volume, and total silence. I updated start player everywhere to use codec code PCM1. I think that sounds like it really sounds familiar. It sounds very familiar to me. The playback would not properly decode the wave file and sound clear. Pitch visualizer the recording package streams the audio data continuously in very small chunks. However, pitch detector Dart requires continuous buffer size of exactly 2048 samples to accurately compute the pitch and frequencies. Sending it at only 256 samples at a time causes it to fail entirely. Returns flat, zero, fix. I created pitch buffer queue as the PCM streams comes in. We queue up the samples until we hit exactly 2048, pop them off into a chunk and run the real time pitch detection and pass the true pitch value to the visualizer. Okay, I'm with it. It makes sense. Let's stop it. Let's run it. And it's starting up. We still need to come up with a good, cool, icon for the app. Let's try another one. Ready? Hello, hello, hello. Is this recording accurately? I don't see the pitch visualizer moving right now, and I also don't know if it's taking in the sound. We will see in a few seconds after I actually stop recording this to see if anything's actually happening. Sounds the same. It sounds exactly the same, and then I don't hear anything else. I'll do one more. Hello, hello, hello. Are you capturing the sound of my voice? Do you understand anything that is coming out of my mouth? Warning, recording. See, it's not doing it. All right. The recording still isn't working right. It is still muffled, and on the second recording attempt, it didn't record any sound. Here are the logs. I remember us having an issue like this, but why on the recorder app on the phone it records properly, but on when this is trying to record, it doesn't. That's the thing. That's the part that I don't understand. I don't understand that part at all. Oh my goodness. All right. So that's going to be my next prompt. I'm going to say, why does the recorder app on Android record with the clear mic, but this app, which should be using the same thing, doesn't? The issue was exactly how Dart handles the file mode.append flag when we tried to modify the placeholder header. In Dart, if you open a file mode.append, it completely ignores set position when writing and always forces the byte to the very end. Because of this, it was writing a duplicate valid wave header at the end of the audio file while leaving the blank dummy header at the beginning. This made the file invalid.wave format, which is why the player was reading as a muffled, distorted, generic bytes. Instead of using file.append to patch the header, I am now reading the file fully and gracefully patching the first 44 bytes, the header offsets for byte sizes directly in memory, and then overriding the file with write as bytes. Now the .wave is perfectly valid natively. The second issue, not recording sound on the second attempt, was caused by Flutter Sound Player keeping an active file lock on the temp wave file after it played, meaning the recorder couldn't override it on the next attempt. That makes sense. Fix to completely avoid file locks, I updated the file creation code so it generates a new time-stamped file every single time you hit record. These changes are applied. You can safely try record. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why that would happen. So let's go ahead and do another one. So Junior, now when I take a sip, I keep my finger on the mute button. So as soon as I put the can holder down, I press the unmute button. I didn't do that last one. Performing stream to install. What? Try that again. Oh, come on. Insufficient storage. What do you mean by that? On my computer. Hold up. Because I cleaned up a bunch of stuff today on this computer. Disk utility. We are good here. I got 210 gigs of free space. So it must be the device. All right, let's just say I got this error when trying to install. It's probably the device. So, or some, I don't know. Maybe it's the device that doesn't have any space. Are there any metrics on the device? I mean, that's the only app on the phone. Device. So go to device manager, click the three dots, select wipe, alternatively click edit. All right, let's do that one instead. Edit on the emulator. What? Edit. And let's take this to, guess we need 12. All right, let's try again. All right, there we go. Simple fix. Gotta log in again. Let me see, what's my login? All right, let's try again. Using testing the app again to see if it's actually going to record. I don't see any pitch visualizer. So I'm guessing the pitch visualizer at least isn't working, but maybe the recording is. Still sounds very muffled. I'm gonna see if I can use my phone as well. Let's go to developers. Because I know on the emulator, it's always a little shaky. What network are we running on right now? Okay, let's change my Wi-Fi. All right. Wireless debugging. Get the QR code. Connecting to the device. Because it...
Lunch break! Lunch break!
If we can get it to sound right on the phone itself, because it doesn't even sound right on the phone. It's better than it does on the emulator, but if we can get that and see if the pitch visualizer is working, then that's going to be the game changer that we need, all right? But we will go over to our last break of tonight before we get up and out of here. Let's go to here and release the chat, see what we got going on, and then we will get to our last break. So, Magda says they didn't like me in basketball. What? They what? Aww. But I was the man in foosball. Y'all remember foosball? That's what not Happy Gilmore. Bobby Boucher's mom called it. I don't want you to go out there playing that foosball. Mama say. All right, let's go over into our last topic of tonight, our last break time topic, which is AI-powered alpha schools hit Chicago. However, is this a good thing? Is this a good thing? So let's jump over into this video about because I'll tell you this. I was watching a panel the other night about this, and I was bewildered. I was taken aback by the responses from the panelists about this innovation and the advocacy of doing nothing. So let's jump into it.
This is something I have never heard of. So a school is going to be completely AI with no teachers, and it's opening up in Chicago. Who are the students? They must be geniuses.
They're recruiting
no
students right now. The students are people of
I can't. I really can't. I cannot with these people.
whose parents can afford $55,000 a year in tuition. I'll just say that for this private school. But this is a fascinating story on so many different levels. It's going to be called Alpha Schools. And Alpha Schools is a private school, I don't want to call it a chain, but it's a group of schools that exist in other states, formed out of Austin, Texas. And here's how the day works for these students. K through 8 right now, but eventually they want to make it K through 12. They do essentially all the core academic learning in 2 hours in those booths with AI. And it's very personalized. They interact with the AI. They learn their core subjects, reading, writing, arithmetic, and all the things that we learn. And then the rest of the day is left open to workshops, to entrepreneurial stuff, even for kids as young as 2nd and 3rd grade, business stuff, some arts as well. And that's where they really get their collaboration with other students and problem solving skills in. No teachers. They are hiring. The school is currently, it's going to be downtown. They would love if you have a teaching background, but you don't have to have one. You have to have a bachelor's degree, but you don't have to have any educational experience or even a degree in education, because it's the AI doing the core learning with the student, and then it opens up the rest of the day. Look, AI is coming to our schools in one way or another. There's no doubt about it. Will teachers be okay essentially saying take over computers? Probably not. There's going to be, obviously this is a private school. They can kind of do what they want here versus the public schools. But I do find it to be a fascinating discussion on where we're going with AI, its capabilities, and how much the education experience is going to embrace this stuff.
I'm all about, you know, technology and teaching our kids advanced learning, like things that we obviously didn't get an education on. My only thing that comes to mind right away is, I know, and I've talked to Gabby about this, and I'm sure you will encounter this too as a parent, that when it's time to get your kids into school, even preschool now, especially if they're not going to a public school, it's like applying for college. And so in a lot of instances, they want your kids to write, right? They want them to even do little essays starting in like kindergarten and things like that. I just don't see how you'll be able to even write your name and things like that if a good portion of that education.
Wait. Did this person just say that? Did this person just say that in kindergarten, like preschool, or not preschool, but going in kindergarten, they want the kids to write an essay? Does any? Look, I've never applied for anyone to go to a private school or anything like that. But does that even sound believable that they want a 4-year-old to write an essay to get into a school? Maybe I'm uncultured. I don't know.
Educational component is on the computer, and in fact, I taught people to even write your name and things like that if a good portion of that educational component is on the computer. And in fact, I talked to a principal about this, and this is a big issue that they're having as classrooms become more technologically savvy and kids are on iPads and computers. Kids don't know how to write. They don't know how to do a 5 + 5 = 10. And so I just don't know if that becomes a problem later in life. I love the concept. The concept.
The sad part about this is this was the same sentiment of the majority of the panel. Here, I'm so bothered right now listening to this. The lady who is like I guess CEO or creator of Alpha Schools, she had a 2-hour sit-down interview on multiple platforms, right? But I know the one that she had with I believe his name is Chris Williamson, a podcaster. A 2-hour interview explaining the whole entire thing. And what this particular, whatever newscaster or whatever she is who's reporting on this, she has absolutely zero idea about the most she knows about this school is what this gentleman is talking about the school, saying about it. So they have absolutely zero idea of how the school works, what they're talking about. And this is why you're always like the 95% hate the 5%, because guess what? The 5% who maybe you might not even be able to afford this particular school at $55,000 per year, right? But who really makes up the 5%, or people who know about it and they've researched it and said, you know what? I like this. I see what the results are for what the education system has led to. I want to see how, like, I want to see more details about it. I want to see what the opportunities are. I want to see the results. I heard the other night on the panel, let's see what happens 20 years down the road. Yes, let's see what happens 20 years down. I was like, what? Are you really willing to have your kids 20 years behind in technology because you're scared of it? Like,
of a second grader being able to create a business that could be sustainable, maybe even for the rest of their lives, and start thinking about that. But some practicality you still need. You still may need one day to write your name.
I have this debate all
the We are doomed. We are. It's over for us. It is it's over.
Time with my listeners on the radio, because I'm someone who still took penmanship, right? And I now argue that was an hour a day or however long it was, completely wasted. What do we care if kids know cursive, right? This is not the way of the future. Why are kindergartners writing out essays anyways? I'm going to get a lot of pushback. I'm sure your viewers will disagree with me too. And a lot of people point to there is some skill and important brain maneuvers happening when you're writing things down, and no doubt. But is that the way of the future, right? Here's one point I'll make, because I know a lot of people are putting up their guard about this and saying, why could this possibly happen? We need teachers in the classroom, and I'm not going to disagree with that. My mom, who was a public school teacher for 40 years, is watching right now, so I'm not going to disagree with her on this. But when you have a classroom of 25 to 30 people trying to learn skills, no doubt some kids fall behind, some kids are way ahead and are bored in the class. That is just indisputable. So if you have worked out an AI model that is going to be individualized to each person and can teach them some of these skills in 2 hours that used to take 6, and you free up more time for creativity, for planning, for collaboration, for the approaches of the 21st century where we're going to be, I could see the argument behind it. And this has become politicized because everything these days is. The education secretary, for as long as we have a Department of Education, they promised to shut it down eventually, went to one of these schools in Austin and heralded the founder and said this is a great thing. And of course that received a lot of pushback from people who aren't happy with the administration on all sorts of levels. So this is going to be
But here's the thing. Most people who get upset, like who have this pushback and stuff, they like, this is on, I don't know if this is like Chicago TV or national TV, but this story made national news, right? And to think that before people can disagree, they won't say, oh, you know what? I need to do more research on this. The first immediate reaction is no. Why do you think? Oh my God. Why do you think some parents are willing to pay $55,000 per year to send their kids to this school? While over in the public school system, you have 40 students in a class, and either who gets the focus? The top 5 students who are the smartest, if that many, the top 5, or the top 5 troublemakers. Everybody else in the middle, they get forgotten about. Distraction. The top 5 kids whose parents push them, they're going to be the top of the class, but still at the bottom of like any other more better off school. And then we introduce technology that can customize the learning experience. What takes 8 hours of most of it is wasted time. And you focus on the individual child. What way is going to adapt to their learning capabilities? And now they're actually they're not just sitting at a desk all day long staring at a teacher 2 hours, you learn your stuff, and then you actually go and do real work, real value. Nope. Demonize it, demonize it, demonize it. We are done for. So it is wild to me. It is wild to me, the sentiment of this.
Fascinating to see. And look, public schools use AI too. It's just more as a supplemental thing. It is not something that is driving the discussion, just driving the lectures. So this is going to be an interesting future in AI in general, especially as it impacts classrooms.
Well, and it sounds like they did a lot of research. I mean, it's not like they're just going to come up with this just out of nowhere. I mean, and I think it's fair too, because it's 2 hours, you said, of that core learning, that core curriculum. There's a lot of learning fatigue out there. I remember being exhausted by the end of the day, or seeing, kids right now, especially being exhausted by the end of the day, and then they have these extracurriculars. It sounds like there's only so much brain power that you could use.
It's true.
And instead, they could use it towards something that maybe will really benefit them in a long run, like building a business.
Yeah, but I don't have to worry about it because I'm not paying $55,000.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's so. Is this a skit? All right. Is this a skit? Is this a skit? The lady in the bluish dress said, here are the potential benefits. We should give it a chance. The lady in the black and white, all negativity about it. And there's like, well, I don't have to worry about it because I'm not going to pay for it. I thought we wanted the best for our children. I don't know if she has kids or not, but just the mindset, the sentiment of it. I would never say, oh, I'm not going to pay it. I would say, you know what are the, like, if I can't afford it, what are the alternatives to something as close to this as possible within my my budget? Oh, maybe they have a homeschooling program that kind of mimics this Alpha Schools program. Maybe they call it Beta Schools. I don't know, but like it uses the AI, it uses the format and whatever. Like, but it's just like the demonization of advancement and the future. And this is why there's always going to be that separation. And this is why in that separation, there's always going to be that hate. You know what? Let me pull this up real quick. I saw this, did I send it to myself? I saw this, see if I can find this real quick. I saw this post. Let me find it. From Cody Sanchez. This post right here. My problem was I wanted to take people with me to the top who didn't even want to see me at the top. Bars. And I think that's a problem of that most people have, right? You want to help, you want to take people along, you want to drag them, you want to drag that heavy weight of people with you when they hate you, when they absolutely hate you. And it's crazy. It's crazy that mindset that we have of negative. For me, I'm like, I hear something new. I hear a concept. I'm like, I want to learn more. What do we do here? What do we do here? The first thing that we do when we hear something, a new idea, a new concept, we take it to Google. We take it to Gemini. Tell me more. That sounds interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. That doesn't sound good. Let me find out more information. Oh, okay, that's what that means. But from your, I guess maybe it's a Chicago channel or something. It's like, I'm not gonna pay that because I'm not paying $55,000 a year. If I could afford $1 million a year to give my child the best possible opportunity, Rod Brown, I'm going. I'm going. For my child. For your child, never. But for my child, hell yeah. If I could afford it. But guess what? I am going to find the best alternative that I can, the best alternative that I can afford, and give them that. Let's keep going. Let's finish up. Let's finish this up.
So it ain't my work. Ideas, Dave. That maybe will really benefit them in the long run, like building a business.
Yeah, but I don't have to worry about it because I'm not paying $55,000.
Yeah, that's
what I said.
So it ain't my
Don't give me
work.
ideas, David. You ain't going to this school.
Yeah.
Whatever. What the hell ever. Let me know your thoughts. But here's one more question. Here's one more question, right? Because yes, I agree. Majority of people, they're not going to be able to afford $55,000 per year. Right? Fair. But guess what? At least this is being piloted on people who can afford $55,000 per year, and people are actually enrolling and subscribing to it. Which, what about when the price gets lower? Because this is just like when plasma TVs first came out and when LCDs first came out. They were like $5,000-$6,000 for a TV. And they were big and bulky, not like the ones that we had before, but they were big and bulky, right? Now a TV you can get like a 65-inch for $500. This is how it's gonna become. They have to test it out. How much do we pay per child on education? And the education system is terrible. So you're telling me if each child, how much does it cost to get a tutor for a child? How much does it cost to get a tutor? Imagine if each child has their own individual tutor/teacher in the public school system. How much better? And they're not sitting for a whole 8 hours staring at some teacher being distracted by a whole bunch of other students. But nope. And then this argument about socialization for kids, we need to stop that now. I'd rather my child be successful than having to be the best socializer. Kids socialize anywhere they go, the playground, sports, whatever. So they'll get it. But we value socialization over education. That is so wild to me. Message. We value social every time you talk about an alternative way of schooling, of education, whether it's home. The number one pushback for homeschooling. What about socialization? Where do they get their socialization skills? Well, your kids, the kids in public schools, they suck at socializing too because they're always fighting with each other. They can't write, they can't read, and we're talking about what is the grade level that majority of public schools students read at? And we're talking about socialization. So being able to read is part of socializing. Being able to speak is part of socializing. It's not just being around other people. Being able to control your emotions are part of socializing. But when we see crazy things happening all the time, how did the public school system work out for the kids who turn into thugs and they're shooting at bowling alleys and all that type of stuff? But they're not going to get socialization. I'd rather them get education first, rather than be smart first. I'd rather them know how to read first. I'd rather them being empowered to like, oh, you have this idea, let's see how we can build it. Oh, let's go on a field trip. Let's actually do things instead of just sitting in a damn classroom for 8 hours a day, every single day, distracting one another, not doing anything, getting into all types of trouble, all types of foolishness. Socialization. But every single area that I see, they don't go and do the research. We'll spend 8 hours watching a live stream about nonsense and gossip and foolishness, but we can't go and watch an hour and a half, 2 hour video about educating our kids and how these companies are trying to innovate and how you can find maybe an alternative, maybe how you can do better for your own children. I'm not saying that you have to spend $55,000 a year, but you can be open to the mind, like, And here, if we at a panel of 8 people, seven out of the 8, like, nope. As opposed to, this sounds like a viable option, but I can't afford $55,000. Well, maybe the 8 of us who are all have our distinct backgrounds can get together and we can create something affordable that is similar to theirs. There is no trademark or copyright on education. Maybe you don't have the same models and systems, but maybe you're smart enough to create your own thing that's going to help other people. That's a lot cheaper solution. But nope. Demonize it. Demonize the technology. The best response that I heard from the only person on the panel defending this move and bring it to the public school system said, okay, fine. Keep doing what you have been doing. Anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is. May you suffer the fate that you have chosen. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree? Disagree? If you could afford it, would you enroll your child in this school system? Do you think it should be part of the public school system? Would you be in favor of that? Or would you rather us keep going in the same exact direction that we are going? Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button every time we go live and drop new content, as well at techcoachrap.dev. Join us for our next Vibe Code and Chill. Join us for our Scrum Night. Join us for all the different activities. Get access to Resume Flow, Tech Barbarians Coaching Portal, and anything else that I release. All right, let's go back. Let's go back and let me check the chat, and then we're going to finish up our last segment. We're gonna get out of here, right? Let me see. We can release the chat. And let's see. Junior says, those bad kids in Chicago need AI teachers that they can't be. Oh my God. Robert says, those kids won't do any work. I disagree. I disagree with that, right? I believe that the school system, the way that it is now, it doesn't incentivize, it doesn't encourage, it doesn't help. Like I said when I was reviewing, right? Only the top 3 to 5 students and the bottom 3 to 5 students get any attention. That's what the teachers focus on. Those who know that they are going to make it, and those who are causing problems. Everyone else in the middle, no, they get left behind. They get left behind, right? And people always say, we should pay teachers more money. We should pay teachers. Oh, are you willing to increase your property taxes? Nope. Okay, then shut up. Shut it down. Shut it down. All right. It says she must be applying to some high-level private schools. I've never heard of that before. I've look. She's probably lying in the first place. Because if I'm going to be applying to, if you're applying to a private school that requires a kindergartner to write an essay, it's probably in the same price range as this alpha school for $55,000 a year, which she said she was never going to pay for that. If I could, I would pay for that in a heartbeat. I'd pay for that in a heartbeat if I could. Drew says, they want to introduce tablets in my daughter's preschool, and all the parents were like, absolutely not. They need to learn to write before pushing them into technology. I'll tell you this. There is an app that I was scrolling Instagram and it came across, and I tried it, or I told my wife about it, and she's been using it every single day for the past 2 to 3 months. And my son, about to be 4 in June, she told me yesterday, he's reading at a first grade level. He's not even qualified for pre-K yet. I guess if he was going to actually go to school, he could start pre-K like this coming, whatever. So that'd be pre-K, kindergarten, first grade. He's already reading at a first grade level, is what she told me. And he'll be going around and he just tries to read anything he sees. This says this and this says that. And he'll be reading and his reading comprehension is increasing. That is all thanks to an app that I have on this old iPad. Practicing writing. When he was like 2-ish, maybe a little younger, I got this game on my phone to try to start getting that logic, that direction type stuff for coding. You need to learn how to write. You can't learn how to write while you're using technology. But this is why that's why we'll be behind forever. My daughter uses technology, but now at an early age, I was like, my daughter uses technology, but at an early age, I was like, absolutely not. I think see, the thing is, at an early, right now, it's more prevalent, more prominent, and there's more educational things for it, which at a earlier age now, there's things that there's tools that's going to accommodate younger kids, but years ago, there probably weren't that many things at that time. It says kids absolutely need to learn cursive. Most old documents, like the Constitution, is written in cursive. I agree. And guess what? They took cursive out of the schools way before technology push came out like that and AI came out like that. If the school, and this is the part, like, when you take if they take social media away from kids, parents are going to be miserable. The same way that when schools closed down during the virus, the same way when schools closed down during the virus, parents were miserable because they had to actually take care of their own kids. I have to actually teach them, but I don't know how to read myself. How am I going to do the homework for them? So if the school says we're not going to be teaching cursive anymore, do you know how to write cursive? Can you watch this? Let me show you a little trick real quick. A little trick. Watch this. Watch this. Cursive book. Watch this. Beginning traditional cursive handwriting workbooks for kids, cursive workbooks for teens and young adults, cursive handwriting notebook, beginning cursive, right? So, if the school believes that it's a waste of time to teach your kids cursive, and you think it's important, then how much is this book? Oh, wait a second. Oh my God. So, that means that I can't have a $10 latte today from Starbucks because I have to pay $4 for this cursive handwriting book for grades 1 through 3 that would arrive tomorrow, March 30th. Oh, I have to cancel my subscription to I don't know, to Amazon, to Prime, to Netflix this month for this $10.49 book for my 8 to 11-year-old to learn cursive? I can't do it. I'm not paying $55,000 a year to give my kid the best possible education. I'm sorry, Junior. I had to on that one. I had to on that one. All right. Please forgive me. If you really want it, then I would encourage everyone to go and watch the 2-hour interview with the Alpha Schools people, because when I watched it, I was enlightened. I was encouraged so much. I said, you know what? I can't afford this, but let me see if I can build an app. And if you have the right team around you, you can do it. So if I can't afford it, I'm going to build it myself. And if it's just for my kid, then it's just for my kid. I already told you guys, your kids, y'all figure it out. My kid's going to be awesome. All right. Drew says, the curriculum sounds good though. They have other skills classes. It sounds like the AI is only for the things that can be streamlined. It's for like the basic stuff like reading, math. Do you really need someone to teach you how to do 5 + 5? Right? So all I was saying, like the stuff that you need people for, I would rather this, right? Imagine this. I don't need a general education teacher. I can do that. A parent can do that. AI can do that. Why are homeschool parents able to do the same, if not better, than public and maybe private school teachers? Right? Why are homeschool parents able to do that? But what I would like is an actual business person to come and take a day or something like that, 2 days, and we pay them. And maybe that's why the school is so expensive, because maybe they have real people for the other 6 hours of the day to actually teach the kids viable life skills. So maybe I would want a mechanic to come and like twice a week and say, hey, this is how we work on these cars. Maybe I would want someone from the aerospace industry to come and teach some stuff about this field and this is how this works. Maybe I'd want a botanist to come and do whatever botany people do about plants and gardening and farming and all this type of stuff. Maybe I want real people to teach actual real things instead of people teaching in theory. We're actually having real business people, real farmers, real whatever to teach these things and actually workshops with these kids. Am I off on it? Am I off to have real people teaching real things? Maybe we simulate for these kids. We simulate, for web development or for software development, we simulate actually working in at an early age, working in sprints, working on building an actual application, different roles, having different parts of the team. Am I crazy for that? She thought it was a flex to say she's not investing in her child. That's always the foolish pushback when I tell people that my daughter is homeschooled, just repeating the narrative they. I know, and I know you homeschool your kid. Like AI is a devil until it helped me build my. Anything can be the devil, or it can be from God, right? Any tool can be the devil, or it can be from God. If you take a hammer and use that to put a nail in the wall, and you have that to hold up like the picture of your family at a great event or whatever, that's from God. If you use it to bash somebody upside the head, that's of the devil, right? So it's not the tool, it's how the person uses the tool that makes it whether it's good or bad, right? Because I would not put my daughter in any of those systems. I would model it though, but I have to have full control of what's going on. I agree with you with that as well. I agree. Magnus says, I would need more info before I drop 55K. I agree with you on that as well. Anything that you're gonna drop $55,000 on, you definitely need more info, but that's the thing. Most of these people who are talking, even if it was like when ChatGPT was free, people were against it. When ChatGPT says, okay, you know what, we're gonna make money, people were against it. People's natural inclination is to be against anything. They were against the internet. They were against the Industrial Revolution. They were against AI. They were against humanoid robots. They were against everything. And those are the people who are gonna get left behind. And I'm all out of empathy. I am all out of empathy. I agreed with Rod Brown that those kids won't do any work because I thought it was for public schools in the hood, but since it's a private school, I think it worked. Y'all are wrong for that.
How dare you?
Y'all are wrong for that. Y'all right. Look, I think it could work. I think it would make a huge difference. But maybe that's why people are against it. Maybe that's why people are against it. I think it could make a huge difference in their lives. Because you've seen kids, you take a kid out of one environment, you put them in a different environment, and it changes, it revolutionizes their life. So I think it could work. It says kids have AI-specific things in classrooms now, and they still aren't going for it. Tech for these kids is just irregular to them. I disagree. I just because it's in the classroom, it's how it's being used. If you're having a lot of kids, they're going to say, oh, ADHD and give this medication. A lot of us, we're not meant to be sitting down for 8 hours, and the way that they're trying to teach us, we're not meant for it. I heard a story. I think we reviewed it, right? Yeah, we reviewed it about a former teacher. I think she taught for like 10 years. Then she started homeschooling her kids, and she saw like the whole system was backwards. She tried to teach her kid like math how she would teach it in school. The kid was not going for it. But then she heard her child discussing and arguing baseball statistics and using math to do it. So and that's why you saw me from a long time, before I even heard of alpha schools, I would tell the AI, can you explain, like, this is who I am. Can you explain it to me in a way that I understand? Sometimes it got it good, sometimes it didn't. So I am not writing out the kids. I think it's the parents, and I think it's the way that we traditionally believe that education should work. And it doesn't. We've seen that it doesn't work. If it did, we wouldn't have so many people begging for student loan forgiveness. It says, nope, they couldn't learn to write and technology. It says, nope, they couldn't learn to write and technology because at school they don't care. At home it's definitely different. Yep. I still know how to write cursive. I mean, I don't think cursive is something that you're going to forget. I still know how to write cursive. And my daughter has cursive books. Exactly. Because Junior, you actually care. You are actually a caring parent. You're part of the 5%. And that's why, Junior, you're hated. But us over here, the tech barbarians, we absolutely love you. All right. Let me see. Max says facts. Let me release these again. Says everybody doesn't learn the same. Exactly. And even Magnetar, he invests heavily in different tools and systems for him to learn math, to help him with that. And it works. And I've seen his growth. Or at the same, exactly. So like I said, I made way more progress with AI in math than with human teachers. Me too. What time is it? 5:23. One more segment for. Oh my God, it's gonna be rough. We'll do it. Let's do it. One more segment. We'll finish it up for today. All right. Let's put the 20 up.
It's time to do.
All right. Let's go to here. And what was happening? So we got it started, I believe. I don't think it worked. Oh, so we were trying to get it to work on my phone. Make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi. And the thing wasn't working. Let me see. Let's go to... That's going to be a crazy segment. That is going to be a crazy segment. Let's see if we can get this to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right. So it's trying to pair. Sometimes it doesn't work though. Let me... Let me turn it off and turn it back on. Wasn't expecting to use this part today. see. Connecting to the device. I don't hold this up anymore. I don't think it's gonna work. Normally it goes a lot faster than that. Wait a second. Can I revoke it? Maybe I can get this one off. See something. How can I don't have a USB with me to plug it in. Revoke USB debugging. Can I revoke see, it's not gonna connect. Let me see. That sucks. Cause then I have to build it and upload it to Google, and we don't have time for that. Oh, let me try this. Maybe this would help. So let's try this again. Let me pair it with the code instead. All right, let's see if it finds it. We're on the same Wi-Fi. Why aren't you finding it? It's not finding it. I don't know why. Let's see. I don't know why it's not finding it. Maybe I should close out the whole thing and start over. Let's go here. Android Studio. And let's go to here. Let's go here. Okay, there we go. Pair. 208 206 896. Pair. All right, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so note to self. Next time it doesn't want to connect, let's go and close out Android Studio and open it back up. See what happens. Let's see. And I'll just probably cut this part out of when we clip it up, which all of these working segments, they are going to be available at the I'm going to drop the link to that in the chat. Because if you want to see all the stuff that we work on this channel, I'm dropping that off at TCR Labs. TCR Labs, is that what it is? Nope, it's not that. What is it? Let me see. TechCoach Labs. I don't know. What's the other channel called? I don't even know. Oh, I know where to find it. Switch to. Oh, it's TechCoach Labs. Haha. Which I can't get to it. Let me see. I don't know why it's not connected. There we go. There's nothing on there yet, but starting on April 1st, I will be posting every day, sometimes more than once a day, the different videos there. So go subscribe to that if you want to see those. All of our working segments. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It finds it, but then it doesn't find. Oh, okay, so pair using code, close. I wonder if it's timing out. close it again. I wonder if it's a timeout. That I'm just gonna keep moving the mouse. Come on. Had such high plans for today. Such high plans for today. We got to figure this out. And I think the only way we can do it is on the, so we have that pair, and it's 706027 pair. And let's keep moving this around so it doesn't time out. It said it's paired, so I don't understand why it's not connected. I think it's the app. Oh my goodness, this really annoys me. And it's on a different port. It is on a different port. Let me see, 13841. See, it's, oh my God, it's changing. Let's do that again. Exit. And I think every time I close and open it back up, it drops my frame rates. Let me see. Let's go to, what was that? Enter Studio, well, what's this? Oh, give me a second. Let me see. Is there some type of security thing happening here? Let me go to security and privacy. Let's see. Why aren't you finding it? Something is. Something is blocking the connection. Turn this off, turn it back on. Yeah. Something is messing with it. I think it's the Mac that's causing this to happen. Because we have that. We have that. We have that. We have that. And it's not finding the device all of a sudden. Have that. We on the right network. It's not finding the device. Very strange. Says that it's paired. But nothing. I don't know. Just stupid. Like we're wasting time. What a waste. Well, we'll get this thing connected next time then. this happens. I mean, you know what? Before we even do that, let's go over to, what's the other page? Let's go to Gemini and say, when trying to connect my Android device over Wi-Fi to Android Studio, sometimes it gets stuck connecting to device, whether I use the code or the QR code. Why does that happen and how can I fix it? The connection stuck is rite of passage. Yeah. Quick reset. Toggle Wi-Fi off and on your phone and your computer. I can't do it on the computer, I'll tell you that. Toggle developer options. Did that. Restart Android Studio Terminal. Fix the... I could do the phone one. Can't do it on the computer because then we'll lose our internet connection. I can close this out again though. And we do Android, oops. Do Android Studio again. Turn on Wi-Fi or turn on wireless debugging. And we go to over here. Scan device. Aren't you finding the device? Oh, because it went to the wrong Wi-Fi. Okay, fair. Fair enough. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. See it here. Oh my goodness gracious. Just refuses to get along. Well, whatever. I'm going to Scrum Night. I'm calling it a day. Thanks, Magnetar. Thanks, Magnetar. I wasn't saying anything. I was just annoyed that this wasn't working. Figure it out next week. I'll make sure that it's connected next week and we can test where we left off. Going to go to Vibe Code and Chill in 20 minutes at TechWithoutTheDev. I wasn't saying anything important. I was just upset. Probably better than you hear what I was saying. So I was just upset. 20 minutes, Vibe Code and Scrum Night with the Tech Barbarians at TechWithoutTheDev. I'll see you guys over there. Thanks for letting me know that I was muted. Thank you. Thank you. Bro was freezing. That's because I kept on restarting the app, Android Studio, and it wasn't working, and I was upset. So I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. Tomorrow, candid conversation with going through that AI school. Maybe AI should take our jobs. Maybe it should. Maybe artificial intelligence is better than human intelligence. I don't know at this point. I get confused. I'm not sure. We'll have the discussion tomorrow. All right. We'll be back live on Tuesday night for Tech Barbarians Coaching Portal, building out that app. Hopefully we have better results than we did just now. That's it. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. TechWorkshop.dev. All that good stuff. I'm out. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. I hope to see you guys in 20 minutes with the Tech Barbarians. Until next time, Tech we are out.
The last time you're going to see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Long day. Put the car in drive. We left it all out there today. Mind right. Tomorrow we do it again. Yeah. Riding down the highway, street lights passing by. I had to empty out the mind, just looking at the sky. Clear it out. Yeah. I kept my honor clean, no dishonest thought today. Walking with integrity, I'm staying on the way. The muscles aching heavy, but the way is in the training. I put the hours in, whether shining or it's raining. I studied every art, I'm refusing to be boxed in.
No boxes.
No boxes. I lock the ego out, and I let the wisdom walk in. I'm chilling in the lane, got the cruise control set. I gave it everything I had, I'm leaving no regret.
Ooh. Riding on the late night, shadows on the dash. Leave the world behind you, let the heavy moments pass. But keep the spirit sharp, yeah, we never lose the flame. Resting for tomorrow, just to dominate the game. 5 rings in the mind.
Keeping everything alive.
Keep it alive.
Keep it alive, yeah, yeah. I look at the horizon, I'm taking in the view. I learn from all professions to see what they go through. I measure up the day, distinguish gain and loss. Did I really make a profit, or did I pay the cost? Calculate, I cultivate the judgment, I trust the intuition. My gut is navigating on this late night mission. I'm seeing the unseen, looking way beyond the obvious. The energy is quiet, but the discipline is dominant. I'm riding to the house, but I'm staying hyper-aware. The breeze is blowing in through the midnight air.
Riding on the late night, shadows on the dash. Leave the world behind you, let the heavy moments pass. But keep the spirit sharp, yeah, we never lose the flame. Resting for tomorrow, just to dominate the game. 5 rings in the mind.
Yeah. Keeping everything alive.
Keep it alive.
Keep it alive, yeah, yeah. I pull up to the driveway, I cut the engine off. The world is going hard, but I'm never going soft. I pay attention to the trifles, the details in the dark. A tiny micro movement leaves a monumental mark. Every detail, I did nothing useless. I cut away the waste, cut it. I move with a deliberate and calculated pace. From the water to the fire, the earth, the wind, the void. I built the foundation that can never be destroyed. Now I lay the body down and I let the muscles heal. Tomorrow's sun is rising and I'm coming back with steel.
Riding on the late night, shadows on the dash. Leave the world behind you, let the heavy moments pass. But keep the spirit sharp, yeah, we never lose the flame. Resting for tomorrow, just to dominate the game. 5 rings in the mind.
Keep keeping everything aligned. Yeah.
Rest of mind.
Rest of mind. Reflect on the principles. Discipline never sleeps, it just recharges. Atlanta to the dojo, the 5 rings. We out.